Kanyadana, the ceremony in an Indian marriage, Vivaha, Hindu marriage, involves the Kanyadana, where the father gives away his daughter in marriage to the bridegroom. So the word dana is used. Dana sounds like it is translated wrongly as a donation in English. So it sounds like he's donating his daughter to the boy's family. And so it's called as patriarchy. But actually, the whole ceremony is so beautiful and so meaningful, whereby it is made clear that this beautiful girl of the father is going to the boy's family to bring prosperity, to bring knowledge, to bring education, to bring a whole lot of wealth to the family that she's going into. So it symbolizes so many things. It's certainly not a donation. And also because the father, when he gives the girl away, he never says that she cannot come back to him ever. There's no such thing. When actual donations are made, this is something that I pointed out. Like, cows are donated. There is also Godana. When you want to donate cows as an act of charity, then the donor will say that this belongs to you and not to me. There is a na mama, that means not mine. Yeah. He has to say that. But when it comes to Kanyadana, giving of the girl, the daughter, the bride, he does not say na mama. Means he doesn't say she's not mine while giving away the girl in marriage, which is a sign that the girl will come back. She'll come back again to visit her parents. She'll come back for various occasions. And I mean, if God forbid something really goes wrong with the marriage, there is still that home she can come back to, her father's home. So it is wrong to call it patriarchal. And we have seen how so many advertisements have come out to say that we shouldn't have that ceremony at all. We shouldn't have Kanyadana at all. So this is again a misunderstanding of the ceremony and the custom and calling it patriarchy.
Kanyadan, why do you think this custom was misinterpreted though? If there's such an easy explanation.
I think a lot of customs are not fully understood and they're just going by the translations of those words, right? Because dana would be
But it's still, the woman is still being given away. If you think about it, I mean, the daughter is being given away to another family. So they still feel like that should not be a thing. Like the daughter isn't being given away.
Yeah, I mean, they don't like that whole symbolism of a girl being given away, when actually that is exactly what is necessary. If the girl if you want a new family to be set up, if you want generations to move forward, how is it going to happen? It's going to happen when a young man and a young woman get wedded and live together. And what do you want them to do? I mean, do you not want that they have their families around them?
Yeah.
So obviously one has to move into the other one's house, or they have a separate house where they live. And why would they want a separate house to live when they already have houses in which they are living, right? It's best to move into either of the houses, either of the homes, right? So that's how it was being done. And you can have it either way, whether the girl moving to the boy's house or the boy moving to the girl's house. And in India, we have cases where in northeast of India, we have this custom of the boys coming to the girl's house. So after the marriage, the boy comes to live with the girl. Kerala, in the Nayar community, that used to be there, where the woman wouldn't move out. Woman would stay in her house. The man would come, be with her for a bit after marriage, give birth, and the man can go back and she can choose another person. Oh, that also was there. But by and large, it was always the girl, the bride moving to the bridegroom's family's house.